Hey everyone, it's Katie, and welcome to The Spark, your new Thursday boost from the Creative Boom podcast. Just when you thought you couldn't get enough of us, this is your creative pick-me-up as we approach the end of the working week. This week's guest on the Creative Boom podcast was Lisa Smith, the Global Executive Creative Director at JKR in New York, and I really wasn't expecting some of the things that we discussed. She was so open and honest, wasn't she? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? I mean, gosh, her energy. You certainly get a sense of what she'd be like to work with. I just want to ditch everything and go and live in Brooklyn and work at JKR. Screw Creative Boom, you don't need me. I want an apartment by the water and a favourite coffee shop and the chance to be on Lisa's team, putting the world to rights and creating the best brands that you've ever seen. But seriously, I mean, Lisa shared some of her experience in the creative industry, touched on her leadership roles, the challenges faced by women in design, and how frustrating it is that we must be pointed out that we're women. We also looked at the importance of community and collaboration, of cultural differences in the creative field, the significance of brand ideas, and the personal journey of finding one's identity amidst professional demands. And it sounded like a very demanding career. There were some really nice insights on her process, some of the major projects she's worked on. So if that's your kind of thing, you will get, if you haven't listened to it yet, a really nice inside view on things like, Mozilla, which is the most recent project Lisa worked on. And I was fascinated to hear about some of the process there. We also talked honestly about the value of hard work, the sacrifices, whether you can have it all, what it takes to get to the top. I had a little bitter rant about whether I'd have had more success with my platform if I'd been a bloke. And I asked Lisa if that had been the case for her too. And she was generous throughout the whole conversation, very honest. She chewed over it, but actually she wonders whether her career perhaps didn't go as fast because she just loves doing the work. Not all of us, as you know, want to manage people. It's that awkward, do I get promoted and then have more responsibility, or do I just want to do the work? And it sounds like she's managed to keep doing what she loves. If you've not yet had a listen, go download it now and see what you think. It's brutally honest. I think it will resonate with many of you. Now on to this week's creative news, and we begin with some business. The latest IPA bellwether report unveils that UK companies have put a hold on increasing their marketing spend due to uncertainty surrounding the upcoming budget here in the UK. Marketing budgets have flatlined for the first time in 14 quarters as brands await details on potential tax changes and other economic factors. The report shows a shift in sentiment, with growth stalling after 2 years of optimism, while spending on areas like public relations and events has seen some growth. Brands are hesitant to commit further until more is known about the government's plans. And from speaking to a lot of people in the industry recently, it's clear that things are very tough out there. Now to some cheerier news, turning to gaming. Cozy games like Animal Crossing and Pokemon are providing a mental health lifeline for many. Known for their relaxing tasks and comforting settings, these games are helping people cope with anxiety and depression, offering a mindful escape. I mean, did you remember playing Animal Crossing during the lockdown? I certainly did. I got very addicted. Spent a lot of time in the shop buying new outfits and picking up all the fallen fruit from trees. Anyway, players say the sense of community and relaxation these games provide has been a crucial support, especially during challenging times. And as I said, cozy gaming has grown in popularity since the pandemic, with social media buzzing about players' setups and experiences. And finally, Blue Sky, the decentralized social network founded by Jack Dorsey, has surged in popularity. The platform has entered the top 5 most downloaded social apps following controversial policy changes at X, formerly known as Twitter. The changes, which include the removal of the block feature and the use of user data for AI training, have driven users to seek alternatives like Blue Sky that prioritize privacy and user control. And now it's time for our spotlight, where we shine a light on one of the top articles from Creative Boom this week. Today's feature tackles a question that many creatives face. Where's the best place to work as a creative? Agency, in-house, or freelance? There are many options, as you know, each with its own unique set of pros and cons, and figuring out where to start or switch can be a tough decision. In the article, seasoned designers and illustrators and advertisers weigh in to help you make an informed choice. If you're just starting out, many recommend agency life. It's fast-paced, full of diverse projects, and gives you exposure to a range of industries. Designer Dave Cameron points out that it's the best place to quickly develop your skills, while others note that the competitive, creativity-focused environment brings out your best. For more details, check out the full article on Creative Boom today. And now it's time for our book of the week, where we highlight a must-read for creatives. And this time we're looking at something that's going to be suitable for those of you across the pond in the United States. We're looking at Legal Roadmap for Your Creative Business, a strategy to protect your assets without legal confusion by Tiffany Starley. Let's be honest, legal stuff can feel daunting, especially when you're a busy creative juggling a million tasks. But this book promises to change all that, offering a clear and straightforward approach to getting your business legally secure without drowning in legal jargon. No fluff, nothing confusing, just step-by-step instructions to guide you through what matters most. It's perfect for entrepreneurs who want to get their legal ducks in a row without the stress. It breaks everything down into manageable chunks so you can make progress at your own pace, whether you've just got 10 minutes or a whole afternoon to spare. By the end of the book, you'll walk away with a personalised one-sheet plan to simplify your business, a prioritised legal to-do list, and the confidence to protect your assets, all without feeling swamped. Whether you're an artist, a freelancer, or run your own creative shop, this is a must-have resource for securing your business. So if you want to add ease to the legalese, oh God, check out Legal Roadmap for Your Creative Business by Tiffany Starley. You'll find a link in the show notes, so grab your copy today. This week's tip of the week is all about choosing the right fonts. The right typeface can elevate a design and reinforce a brand's identity, as you all know. So here are some quick tips for those of you who might need a little bit more help. First, make sure the font reflects the brand's personality. Think of it as the brand's handwriting. Next, prioritize readability, especially for web projects or text-heavy designs. And don't forget the technical side. Check that your font works well across different platforms and has the features you need. Watch out for licensing costs too. Limit your selection to 2 or 3 complementary fonts and always test them in different contexts to ensure they look great everywhere. For more tips, head over to Creative Boom. The article features loads of great advice from the creative community. Now it's time for Letters to the Editor, where we share your thoughts and reactions to this week's guest. And of course, we spoke to Lisa Smith, Global Executive Creative Director at JKR. First, Sarah from Birmingham shared her experiences as a woman in design. She remembers the chaotic days of the 2000s, which we touched on the episode, and said, "It's much better now, but there's still an underlying weirdness from certain male designers who don't take you seriously," she said. She spoke about the sacrifices she herself has made to get where she is today, including the challenges of being a mother in a field that often doesn't seem to impact men's careers in the same way. Next, Catherine in Bristol reflected on climbing the career ladder in 2024, saying, "It's wild, even now. Some men in the industry shout about women's rights while having a reputation for being anything but supportive. Actions speak louder than words," she wrote. "It's a stark reminder that the road to equality isn't always a straight path." And finally, Becky in London added a more positive perspective, saying she's been fortunate to have some great colleagues throughout her career. However, she still feels the weight of needing to work 3 times as hard to prove herself, like many who don't fit the mould of the traditional white male designer. She's also frustrated when asked to be on panels because they need more women, but does acknowledge that the industry has made progress. Thank you, Sarah, Catherine and Becky, for sharing your stories this week. It's clear that while things are improving out there, there's still work to be done. If you haven't listened to our chat with Lisa Smith yet, I highly recommend it. It's brutally honest and tackles some of these topics head on. Have you got something to say or a question for the podcast? Send us an email at letters@creativeboom.com. On Monday, our guest will be Kwame Taylor-Hayford, the new D&AD president and the co-founder of Kin in New York. We'll explore his mission to empower the next generation of creatives and discuss the challenges facing underrepresented groups in the industry. Kwame shares insights from his global upbringing and career with top agencies like Saatchi & Saatchi and Anomaly, touching on the need for more inclusive work cultures, the impact of AI on creativity, and the value of human connection in a digital world. It's an inspiring conversation you won't want to miss. We also catch him in a reflective mood, so there's some really interesting, juicy nuggets of wisdom and insight all ready for you on Monday. So please do tune in. That's it for this week's episode of The Spark. I hope you're feeling refreshed and ready to take on whatever comes next. Don't forget to check out Creative Boom for more stories and features, including everything we mentioned today. You'll find all the links in the show notes. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Monday.